map each and every one of these chemical bases that are in the human genome. By understanding the sequence of the bases, we can then understand the gene structure and sort of understand how the human body is organized from a genetic standpoint, right? We're going to talk about the implications of that as far as genetic medicines and things as we go down through this. What I want to do now is dive in a little bit deeper into the structure of DNA so you understand what a DNA base is. But as we go through this discussion, I want you to consider there's 3 billion bases in every DNA molecule, and every cell in your body has a copy of DNA, multiple copies of DNA in your cells. So it's a very complex molecule in every cell of your body. All right, so we're going to go through this in 4 different sort of levels. We're going to start very, very big picture, and then we're going to get more and more detailed. But just keep in mind that everything I'm going to cover here is still considered sort of the basics. I mean, the actual details of how DNA functions is extremely complex and actually still researched today. We don't understand everything about DNA, but everything I'm about to tell you now, we absolutely understand that this is the way it works. You see of the DNA molecule. It's a double helix, which means there are 2 different helixes there interwoven with each other. So there's double helix, right? And this double helix structure, I haven't shown them in this drawing here, but it's called a phosphate backbone. We're going to look at it in a little more detail in a second, but there's a lot of phosphorus in here, and that forms the backbone, the scaffolding, if you want to think of it as a ladder that the DNA is made of. Now there are 4 what we call base pairs. In this drawing, they're just labeled as colors, but in a second we're going to get into the molecular structure of what they are. If you're not an expert in chemistry, don't worry about it. I'm not expecting you to know anything about chemistry, but I want to share with you the beauty of the things that we've learned. It kind of blows my mind what we've been able to understand about ourselves. So even if you don't know chemistry, just take a deep breath and trust me when I say you will be able to understand this, okay? Now, again, they're molecules, but here we're drawing them as little colored pictures. So we have 4 different, what we call nucleotide bases. They're just fancy words for 4 different sort of sub-molecules that make up DNA. One's called adenine. Here in this, it's a kind of a yellowish color. One's called thymine.